Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to Naijha Speaks. My name is Naijha Wright Brown, co-owner of the Land of Kush Vegan Soul Bistro in Baltimore, executive director of the Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland, and contributor for Jane Unchained News. Our guest today is on a mission to increase literacy rates among children ages 6 to 17 years old in marginalized communities that may not otherwise have the opportunity to become an award-winning author. Meet Antionette Toni Mutcherson, founder of independent publishing company BFF Publishing. How are we doing today, Toni? How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm excited.
I'm so excited about this. You know, my connection with you came from Ludi Wooten, who had just released her poetry book, Speaking Intimately. Man, we had a great interview, and then she sent me information about your initiative and thought my daughter would really be good for it. So when I saw the whole thing, I said, you know what? This is for the children, African-American children. We have to bring you on. So please tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and all that great stuff.
Yes, but first, thank you, Ludi. Just thank you to everybody in Kentucky. They have really been holding this entire initiative down. I am just so blessed and grateful to have people like that advocating for me and my project. A little bit about me. I am an author and I own my own publishing house. My publishing company is BFF Publishing House, and the acronym is Books for the Future. So we are on a mission to create books for the future lawyers, doctors, policy changers, activists, anybody that's going to be a leader in their own right. And so we are really excited about the initiative. The initiative is My Young Life Matters, the voice from the next generation. So I just had this, this idea that if I'm having to sit down with my 8-year-old daughter and explain to her the climate of the world as far as looking on television and seeing Black men and women be accused wrongly, their lives ending way too early, just being brutalized, right? And she was born in 2012, so she was under the Obama administration where it was more about unity and peace and love. You know, it's never been perfect, but it was certainly more peaceful than it is now. And so to have that shift, I had to sit down to her and explain to her, this is racism. This is what social injustices and things like that. And I said to myself, if I'm talking to my child about it, I know that this conversation is being had or needs to be had across our country. And so as a writer, I decided, you know what, I want for our young kids to be able to say, I didn't just stand by idle. I educated myself about it. I took a stance by writing about how I felt today, about how I want the world to be tomorrow. And so I challenged myself and my team to collect 100 submissions from kids 6 to 17 across America to submit a poem, essay, or short story about police brutality and or Black empowerment. And man, their stories are amazing, to read some poems of just encouragement and inspiration, so that my hope is that one day other kids will pick up this book and say, these children are just like me. They're experiencing life as I am through my lenses, and I am encouraged by that. And so that was really the foundation of the initiative, and it has been a labor of love.
I was so excited to get my daughter involved with it because, you know, she's a video game fiend like her mom. I mean, she likes books, she likes reading, she doesn't like writing, but this project, she really took to it because one, she's Black, African American, people of color, whatever the word is for the month.
Right.
And she's also vegan. You know what I'm saying? So she's operating, and then she goes to a predominantly white school or Latin American white, so however they describe it, which they need a little bit more diversity. But it's a great community school. So she's the only Afro-Latina in her class, and vegan. So you can only imagine when she wrote her essay and her piece, that is what she's talking about. And, you know, she probably could have put a lot more out, but this was a way for her to express herself. And I was just excited about the opportunity for her to submit that. And she was also born in 2012. And she just had a birthday, January 2nd.
Happy belated birthday. My baby, her birthday is January 24th.
Awesome. So yeah, you know, hopefully one day, you know, once all this is over, we can all connect and meet, because she really feels alone sometimes. She's the only child who talked about it in her essay. And then when you look at things that happened yesterday, and if your children are watching, how do you explain these animals and what they did, and then how people saying that color, you know, there's no such thing as colorblind or racist or whatever, and it's a lot of BS. So you giving this opportunity for young children to express themselves, that, hey man, I commend you 100%. So we're gonna try to get you this money. How do you start your day with do you start your day with any form of inspiration? Like, what is your diet like? Like, what do you do?
Oh man, I have to. I certainly do. I wake up earlier than my daughter, intentionally, just so I can have my own time, right, and to make my own intentions for my day. And so I start out by just waking up, and one of the first things I do is pray. And I just like to take time I want to hear God clearly. So I just pray and thank him for first allowing me to see this new day. And then I tell him about my plans, and I ask for him to make sure that I am in alignment with his plans. And so once that's done, I come downstairs, I make myself some tea. And I try to either do yoga, some type of meditation, or at least listen to some type of like relaxing music before I start my day. I try really hard. That does not always happen. Sometimes I am bombarded with all these things that I need to get done before I really start my day, with clients and authors and my daughter's, her agenda and her work. So that's my main thing. This year, I really want to really be serious about self-care and focusing on peace, protection, and prosperity. Those are my 3 P's for the year.
You speak in my language, because I'm all about that and the chakras and universe. Actually, I had my astronumerologist on the other day, Lloyd Strayhorn, because I usually start my year with my astronumerological reading.
I need to talk to you about that.
Yes, please. Like, that's my ritual, my religion. Every year I do that, and like he's just so amazing. Because we need some form of inspiration, especially us Black women, and then our Black children. Absolutely, because we got to deal with these day-to-day stress that folks on the privileged and other side can't even imagine. What type of challenges have you experienced with child readers and this initiative altogether, and how have you overcome them or trying to overcome them?
Man, so in 2019, at the end of 2019, I had the privilege of being a TED Talk speaker.
I saw that
topic.
I saw that talk. Amazing.
Thank you. My topic was about that, just basically me as a mom and an author and entrepreneur owning a publishing company. I noticed just the change that my daughter had over time from loving reading, right? Just like she looked forward to it. She wanted me in the morning to read to her, and she was an early reader. She was reading by the age of 3. And shifting from that to just being more aware of the world and the things it has to offer, and learning about YouTube and Roblox and all these things. And so it's like reading versus entertainment, because I don't look at reading as entertainment anymore. It's just like I have to learn. It's not fun for me. And every time she shows other other options. And so I wanted to really dive into that and remind her that reading can be fun. This is our experience. These are our stories, especially. So I made it my business to find books that had protagonists with little Black kids, especially Black girls, since she's a female. And still to this day, it's like, mommy, it's reading time. But then when she, at least now, when she reads, she's into it because I've tried my best to locate stories that are more relatable to her. And so it's just that initial push of getting her to at least pick up the book. But once she gets in front of it, sometimes she forgets that she only has to read for 30 minutes. And I don't remind her. I just let her kind of have it. But that's been one of the biggest barriers. And also with this initiative, it literally took me 9 months to get 100 kids. And I didn't think that was going to happen, right? Me and my little bubble of loving literature. So I thought that, parents and kids were going to jump at this opportunity. And it wasn't that way. COVID brought in a whole element of barriers itself, because now all these children are in a new environment where they're at home learning virtually. And so that was a challenge for parents to now take on that new responsibility, and children not being excited about that, missing their friends. And now you want me to get back in front of this computer and type up something outside of school. So I'm just so grateful for parents like you that value education and value literature and writing, and understanding that this is beyond school. This is a piece of their legacy, because 10, 12 years, 20 years from now, they'll be able to say, I didn't do nothing. I actually wrote a piece, and here's the piece that I wrote for justice for my people, because I understood what was going on in that very fragile time, and I was aware of it, and I wanted to take a stance, and I did that by writing.
Where are you at in the initiative right now? So the deadline has passed for the submissions, and did you reach the 100 submissions?
Yes.
Okay, great. So where are we going next? And I want to bring up your website. So let's look at that here. So we have Welcome to a World Where Kids Are Published Authors and Illustrators.
Yes.
Great. Let's go through this website. Tell me, what do you need? I know you need sponsors, right?
Yes.
The next
So
phase.
I do. This initiative was entirely free to all participants, right? So we provided every family with the tools, with presentations on how to write a poem, how to write a short story, how to write an essay. We did one earlier this year, over the summer when we had more time. We did one-on-one interviews with the kids. We had one-on-one sessions, and we did a deep dive into what they wrote, and we kind of made sure to teach them about the writing process during that time, because it was only supposed to be a summer initiative. It was only supposed to be a summer project, but I was very determined to reach 100 kids. So that took me all the way to December to reach that goal. But so those tools and resources we did for free. But here we are at the point in time where the book is done. I'm going to format it. I have my editors editing it. And the book has to be print. It has to be shipped. We also are going to provide each child with an award, a unique award based on what they wrote about. So not only will these children, they have become first-time authors, majority of them, they'll be award-winning authors, because my publishing company is going to make sure that they all get an award. And so that costs money. And we are raising money through GoFundMe, or right here on my website, bffpublishinghouse.com. There in our store, you can make a generous donation, and we would just greatly appreciate it, because it's time for these kids to imagine the kids that participated in April, and they're like, where's the book? What's going on? So
right, exactly.
We want to make good on our word and provide each child with a book, and we can only do that with the help of our community. So that's what we need. We need sponsors. We need donations. We need money.
BFF Publishing House is doing the thing. They are trying to publish 100 African American children authors. We need the support. We need to support this. Our folks, everybody, businesses, activists. I mean, you have a mantra: readers are leaders, right?
Yes,
Readers
that's
are
right.
leaders. Let me put that in there. Let me do the I got to make the hashtag. Readers are leaders, and we need to
Yes.
get our children to read. This project motivated my daughter to write and be engaged in it. This is what we need to do with our children. Parents, I mean, it's unfortunate some children don't have the opportunity, the privilege of having parents really engaged in their life, overseeing their academics for whatever reason. And we need to bring the community together and support this initiative. I mean, look, vegan children, black children, we gotta do something. Okay, here are the sponsorship packages here, right? You got the Zorndale Hurston sponsor for $500. Boom, I got you. I got you. Then you got the Langston Hughes sponsor, $1,500, and the Toni Morrison sponsor, $5,000. And then how to secure the yes. Please go to this site, bffpublishing.com. I need to show them the video. I think that's gonna grab their attention. Let me stop this and run that video that you have on the website. I think that will send a strong message, if you don't mind. That will do some justice. I love that video. Give me a second. I'm gonna play it right here. Where are we at? Right there, right? Here you go.
Yes.
This question, right? And if you say yes, you want to write your book, I want you to go crazy loud. I want you to scream. You can get on your desk. You can stand in your chair. You can do your favorite dance to say yes. Scholars, are you ready to write your own book? Yes!
Oh, I miss the classroom. I miss the classroom.
Toni, okay, let me. In what ways is BFF or has BFF made impacts locally, regionally, and nationally with what you've been doing? Can you give us some examples?
Yes, it was projects like that when I was able to get into the classroom and go to our community. I went to predominantly Black schools because I know the challenges that we face as educators and parents on just showing kids the value of reading because their attention is being pulled in so many different directions. And so I would just try to make the most fun. Like, what if my one little session in the classroom with third graders, fifth graders made all the difference and showed kids that, yes, you can write a book right now. At your little 6-7-year-old self can write and publish a book and start becoming an entrepreneur today. And just showing people or our young people that you can do it right now. You don't have to wait. This concept of, oh, when I grow up, I wanted to demyth that, like that you don't have to wait to be anything. Right now, today, you can become an expert. And so that's what my message was. And I told kids, or I taught kids, what an expert is just a person that knows a whole lot about one thing. And if you can become an expert on one thing, people will pay you for your expertise. And one way to show value of your expertise is to put it in a book, because now people know, oh, you know what you're talking about. You have an entire book about it. And so it kind of puts some respect on your name, as the young folks say. And so just making sure that sometimes kids have to see things to be believers of that thing. So they need to see doctors to know that that's attainable for me. I can become a doctor because I met a doctor that looks just like me. I can become an author and an entrepreneur because I met someone that looks like me and is doing the things out there that represents us well. And so that has been my message, even through my TED Talk. And anytime I speak to kids, just letting them know that whatever you dream, you don't have to wait on that dream and hold on to that dream. You can make that dream a reality today. And it can start with reading and writing. So that's what my message has been.
This is amazing. We're in a pandemic. How are you navigating your career and ambitions during the pandemic? What are you doing?
Man, God has really blessed me because folks have realized that the severity of the climate of the world and they don't want to wait anymore. So people are like, hey, I've been wanting to write this book. So for me and my little business, it is booming because now people have that little extra time at home where they are saying it's time. It is time for me to put this book out. And so I'm just really excited about that. I'm excited about the initiative. As I mentioned earlier, I definitely had some challenges, but we saw it through and we have 100 Black children and we plan on doing it again. So
that was my next question, because this is the first one, and definitely because if I would have known about this sooner, I would have definitely campaigned for some of these Black vegans and their children. I mean, there's one, Genesis Butler would have been amazing to contribute an essay to this initiative. I mean, this, you know what we got, and I actually want to connect your daughter with my daughter, maybe do some chat time or whatever, you know, because I go through the same thing with the reading the books. I think, you know, is she the only child?
Yes.
Oh, this would be amazing. We definitely have to connect after this, because I think that would be great for my daughter to connect with your daughter, because they're the same age, you know, basically going through the same thing, and mom has the same interests. I would love that. If you weren't doing this work, what would you be doing?
Such an excellent question. If I was not an author or an entrepreneur, I think that I would be an artist, painting and drawing, still in the art field.
Still creative.
Still creating.
What's
Still
your
in the creative realm. I'm a Scorpio. My birthday is November 3rd. Yep.
Oh, wow. Awesome. So you got the 11 and the 3. Yeah, I'm definitely going to hook you up with Lloyd. I got to connect you with Lloyd. Lloyd is amazing.
Yes.
How best can we connect with you? Is the website the best connection for you?
Sure. People can connect on BFFPublishingHouse.com, as well as on social media. We're on all platforms. And we are at BFF Publishing House or BFF Pub House. Hello, how you doing? I'm so excited to meet you, one of my authors.
Waiting to she's waiting to see her public. You know what? She actually used that yesterday. She had to do a monologue for school because she has theater class, and she used that essay for her monologue, and they were blown away.
I love that. I love to hear it.
Double work, you know. He was like, I gotta write all of this to something else again. I was like, no, you have a monologue. Use that.
That's perfect. I love it. I'm so excited, and I'm actually gonna have a Zoom virtual award show for all the kids once we get the monies in and make sure all the kids receive their books. And that's the way that I'll be able to put a face to all of the stories. So I'm just thrilled. I'm more excited than the kids, I'm sure. Like,
I know I'm excited because I want to see the finished product. So yes, please, folks, you want to go to BFFpublishing.com to find out more about
BFF Publishing House. BFF Publishing.
I got it. BFFpublishinghouse.com, because you want to find out more about what Toni is doing. What is a tip or piece of advice that you would like to leave the viewers with before we go?
My tip or advice is to take time to read or be read to by your child. I mean, they grow up so fast, and you hear adults talk about, oh, when I was a child, my mother would read to me before bed, or my parents read to me before bed, and that opened my world up. I mean, there's just so many places that a book can take you. And I'm grateful for the little piece of interest my child has in reading because of me. She sees me reading. That's the major key. Like, if you are, as a parent, always on your phone, on social media, always working on your laptop, that's the norm. You're normalizing it, whatever behavior you have in front of your child. So make sure your child, even if you're reading a Kindle ebook to Audible, make that announcement, make them aware that you are a forever educator. You are always a forever student. I'm sorry. So you're always learning. So just make sure that you're not just preaching it, but you're also living it, because it makes a difference for your child to see you actually reading.
So here we go. We want to welcome our children into a world of published authors and illustrators. So please show your support for BFF Publishing House. Go to bffpublishinghouse.com and support the 100 African-American children authors. They need your help. I mean, we showed you the sponsorship packages. We showed you the video. Please, I mean, this can be your future Black vegan children involved with this next time. Because Toni is definitely going to reach out to me, and we going. I got some connections that need to be. We need to send a message, get our children reading, and get our children writing. So I definitely appreciate you coming on and taking the time out. But we are connected.
Yes. Thank you so much. I love this.
Oh, no, not a problem. I love this. I love you. I love what you're doing. So again, thank you. We don't have any questions. We had viewers. I hope you get some contact. I will send you this video after we're done. And yes, please let me know if you need anything else. Thank you all for tuning in. Please reach out to Toni at bffpublishinghouse.com. Show her your support, get your children reading, and stay safe. We're still in a pandemic, and we're still in a racist country. So be safe and be well. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in.